Hey, you. Ever, uh, ever just grab a snack, something you eat all the time, and get this feeling like there's something they're not quite telling you on the front?
Mm-hmm. That little niggle.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the deep dive. We're looking closer at things we normally just glance over. Today, we're kind of on a mission, uncovering some, well, surprising truths hidden right there in your kitchen.
Exactly. It's not about getting bogged down in, complicated science.
Right.
It's really just about looking at what's actually inside those everyday packages
Yeah.
and, what that means for you, for your family's health.
Okay. Perfect. Let's start with something really common, namkeen. That crunchy, savory mix. So many of us grew up with it.
Oh, absolutely. A total staple.
Think about it. Is there a bag in your house right now,
Mm-hmm.
maybe for evening tea, or the kids grab it?
It's just always there, isn't it? Hard to imagine people getting together without a bowl of it out.
So let's picture a big bag, say 1 kilogram.
Yeah.
If you had to guess,
Yeah.
what percentage of that is just, well, oil? Just throw a number out there. I mean, you need some for the crunch.
Yeah.
Maybe, what, 5%? 10%? Feels like it wouldn't be that much.
Yeah, that sounds about right. You see all the flour, the lentils, the bits. Oil seems like it would be, a smaller part, just binding it.
Well, this is where it gets pretty interesting. You know that ingredient list on the back? The one we usually ignore.
The fine print.
Yeah. It's actually like a secret code.
Yeah.
Food companies have to list ingredients, starting with whatever there's most of. It's the law. FSA&I mandates it.
It's amazing what's hidden in plain sight. You just need to take a second to, well, look, like playing food detective.
Totally. So we looked at a typical bag, and the number one ingredient, the thing there's more of than anything else, mott flour. And get this, it's 46% of the whole bag.
46%. Wow.
Right. Then comes chickpea flour, that's about 9%, and then
Yeah.
your spices, maybe 3 to 5% mixed in there.
Okay, so if you add that up,
Yeah.
mott flour, chickpea flour, spices, that's already, what, over half the bag? Around 55, 60%.
Exactly. So you're thinking, okay, what's the rest? There's a big chunk missing. Well, that remaining, roughly 40%,
Don't tell me.
it's oil. 40%,
40%. Just oil.
just oil. Almost half that bag is oil. It's kind of shocking when you actually calculate it.
Wow. That really shifts the perspective. You just don't see that looking at the dry mix. 40%.
I know, and trying to picture it, that 1 kilo bag, it holds nearly 1.8 cups of oil, almost 2 full cups. Imagine pouring that out. It really hits home then.
Yeah, that's a very vivid image.
Now, some people might be thinking, okay, but, oil isn't all bad. Healthy fats, right? Yeah, that's fair. But the catch is the type of oil.
Ah, yes. It's usually not the kind you'd maybe choose to cook with at home.
Not typically, no.
Yeah.
It's usually what they call refined oil.
And the refining process, that's where things get, well, let's say complicated from a health perspective. It's very different from just pressing an olive or a seed.
Oh, completely different. So most refined oils, they start with a seed, sure. But to get the oil out really cheap and fast, a lot of companies use this chemical solvent. It's called hexane.
Hexane. Isn't that related to, like, gasoline?
It is. It's derived from the petroleum industry.
Hmm.
So a chemical from petroleum is used to extract oil from a food ingredient.
Yeah. That definitely makes you stop and think about the journey our food takes before it reaches us.
And it doesn't stop there. After using hexane, they heat the oil to really, really high temperatures.
Okay.
And that heat does two main things. Neither good. First, any natural vitamins or nutrients in the original seed,
Yeah.
pretty much destroyed, gone.
So the goodness is stripped out.
Yeah. And second, remember those healthy fats. High heat can actually damage them, change their structure, and sometimes turn them into unhealthy trans fats.
And trans fats are the ones we hear so much about linked to heart health issues.
Exactly. Then, to get that nice light, clear color you see in the bottle, they often use chemical bleaching agents.
Bleach in oil.
Chemical bleaching agents, yeah. To make it look cleaner or more appealing, I guess. It's quite unsettling when you think about it.
It really shows how processed some basic ingredients can become. We're getting further from the natural source.
And finally, because all that processing can make the oil smell, well, pretty bad. They use deodorizers to mask that smell. So you end up with this oil that's been, chemically extracted, superheated, bleached, and deodorized.
Wow.
And this is the oil that forms the base for so many things. Biscuits, chips, that namkeen we talked about, even some salad dressings and dips.
It really makes you ask, doesn't it? How can something that's gone through all those chemical steps still be considered, real food, nourishing food?
It totally challenges what we think we're eating. And the big question is why?
Mm-hmm.
Why use this stuff instead of, say, cold-pressed oils?
And the answer usually comes down to,
Money. Economics.
yeah.
Refined oil is just about the cheapest option out there for manufacturers.
Which makes sense from a business perspective, maximizing profit. But for us as eaters, we need to know the potential health trade-off.
Right. So let's go back to that bowl of namkeen. A small bowl, maybe 100 grams, that's got about 3 tablespoons of this refined oil in it.
3 tablespoons. Doesn't sound huge on its own.
No, but if you eat that every day, just that one small bowl, that adds up. It's almost a full cup of refined oil every single week.
Oh, a cup a week.
And over a month. That's like 5 cups.
The cumulative effect is definitely the thing to watch. Little bits add up significantly over time.
And if you keep that daily habit going for a whole year, you'd basically consume the equivalent of 3 big bottles of this processed, potentially trans fat-laden oil.
3 large bottles
That's
just
it.
from a daily snack.
Yeah. And where does all that end up? Well, like you mentioned, trans fats can raise your bad cholesterol, your LDL cholesterol.
Mhm.
Think of that like sticky stuff starting to coat the inside of your arteries.
Like plaque building up inside pipes, narrowing the space.
Exactly that. So the arteries get narrower, maybe harder, blood flow gets restricted. What happens then? Your heart has to pump harder,
Putting extra strain on it.
which can lead to high blood pressure. And long term, that buildup, that strain,
Yeah.
it increases the risk of serious things like heart blockages, heart disease.
And that's why you see so much research linking high intake of these processed oils to increased risk of heart attacks, cardiovascular problems, other chronic diseases too. It's not just about empty calories.
Yeah, it's the type of fat and what it does in your body. So that casual handful of namkeen while chatting, something you barely even register eating.
Could be having this unseen impact.
Yeah, it really makes you pause and think, doesn't it?
Definitely makes you more mindful, even about the small choices.
Okay, speaking of mindful choices, let's shift gears slightly. Another super common item, biscuits, especially the ones labeled high fiber or digestive.
Ah, yes, the supposedly healthier biscuit option.
Exactly. The front screams, packed with the goodness of whole wheat or something similar. Sounds great.
Positioned as that guilt-free choice with your tea or coffee.
But let's put our food detective hats back on. Look at the ingredients on many of these whole wheat biscuits. Guess what's often number 1?
Let me guess.
Not whole wheat.
Nope. Often it's Maida. Refined wheat flour, plain old white flour, and it can make up almost half the packet.
Made again. And just like the refined oil, the reason is usually
Cost. It's the cheapest flour available for manufacturers.
right.
Now, maybe you're thinking, okay, fine, it's Maida, but a couple of biscuits a few times a week. Surely that's okay.
That's what most people probably think. It seems harmless enough.
But let's just quickly break down what happens when you refine whole wheat into Maida. The original grain, whole wheat, has this outer layer, the bran.
That's the fibrous part, right, with vitamins and minerals.
Exactly. Full of fiber, B vitamins, minerals, all the really good stuff.
Sure.
But to make Maida, they strip all of that away. The bran, the germ, gone.
So you lose all that nutritional value.
Completely. You're basically left with just the starchy part.
Yeah.
And because there's no fiber, it doesn't digest as well, can feel heavy.
Precisely. Fiber is like the broom for your digestive system, keeps things moving. Without it, Maida can just sort of sit there, create a bit of a traffic jam in your gut. And because it's sticky and lacks fiber, it can potentially, linger. You know that old saying about Maida being like glue for the gut?
I've heard that, yeah.
It's not totally off base. Apparently, it was actually used historically as a paste, like for wallpaper.
Wow. Okay, that paints quite a picture. Glue for the gut.
So back to the biscuit packet that shouts made with whole wheat. You look closely at the ingredients. Where's the whole wheat flour? Often it's much further down the list.
Meaning there's less of it.
Way less. Sometimes only around 15% of the biscuit is actual whole wheat flour.
15%. But the marketing makes it sound like it's the main ingredient.
Exactly. It's mostly Maida, with just a bit of whole wheat sprinkled in, seemingly just enough to justify the claim on the front.
That feels quite misleading.
And it doesn't stop there. Sugar content. These digestive biscuits, often packed with sugar. We're talking maybe 20 cubes worth in a standard packet.
20 cubes. That's way more than most people would put in their tea.
Way more. And we all know too much sugar isn't great weight gain, energy slumps, long-term health effects.
Premature aging, weakens bones. The list goes on.
Then keep reading that list. After the tiny bit of whole wheat, you might see maybe 2.5% wheat bran added back in. Then comes a list of raising agents,
The ones with the numbers?
Yeah, like INS 500, IA 503, 450, and maybe conditioners like I223. What are these? Basically various chemical preservatives and additives.
Added to make them last longer on the shelf.
Right. They extend shelf life, potentially at the expense of, well, our health, or at least adding stuff our bodies don't really need.
So chemicals added purely for longevity and texture, not for nutrition.
So let's recap that healthy biscuit. Mostly refined flour, Maida, loaded with sugar, only about 15% whole wheat, a tiny bit of bran, plus a cocktail of chemical additives.
And yet it's sold as a high-fiber, digestive whole wheat option.
It honestly makes you shake your head sometimes. How is this allowed? It feels like we're being actively misled.
It really highlights why we have to become savvy consumers and look past the marketing hype. The truth is always on the back, in the ingredients.
Absolutely. It's like a whole hidden layer of information right there. So after hearing all this about namkeen and biscuits, people are probably thinking, okay, so what can we eat then if all this common stuff is potentially problematic?
It's a very valid question. It can feel a bit daunting, realizing how common these ingredients are.
Well, we think the best, the cleanest, most trustworthy food company out there
Yeah?
has actually been around forever.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Mother Nature.
Perfect. Couldn't agree more. Nature gives us everything we need, really, in its original form.
Think about it. Mother Nature's factory. It's the farms, the fields, the orchards, her products. Fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, seeds, all vibrant and, real.
And her team. The soil, the water, the sunlight, the air. It's a completely natural, sustainable system.
Yeah. The whole process is natural. A seed grows, drawing nutrients from the earth, energy from the sun, and the result is food packed with everything our bodies are actually designed to run on. Vitamins, minerals, fiber.
And the packaging. It's sustainable, too. Peels, skins. Nature's own wrappers, no plastic needed.
Exactly. You notice something else. Mother Nature doesn't run massive ad campaigns telling you an apple is better than some processed snack bar.
No slick marketing, no health claims that stretch the truth.
Right. And maybe because these natural foods don't have those huge marketing budgets, we've kind of forgotten about them. Or at least their importance gets drowned out.
Pushed aside by the louder, flashier packaged options.
But the real key, the simple truth for lifelong health, for feeling your absolute best, it's eating foods as close to how nature made them as possible.
Choosing whole, unprocessed foods most of the time. Foods that haven't been taken apart and put back together with additives in a factory.
Now, hearing all this, you might feel this sudden urge like, right, I'm clearing out the pantry, all packaged food must go.
And that feeling is totally understandable. But
We'd actually suggest maybe don't do that, not all at once anyway.
right. Going cold turkey on everything can be really hard.
Mhm.
It often leads to major cravings and can make it difficult to stick with healthier habits long term.
It's usually better to aim for gradual changes, sustainable shifts, adding in more of the good stuff while slowly reducing the highly processed things.
Exactly. It's about progress, not perfection overnight.
So really, the main thing we hope you take away today is just the power you have when you flip that package over.
Mm-hmm.
Just take those extra few seconds, read the list, understand what's really inside. What are you putting in your body? What are you giving your family?
Knowledge is power here. It allows you to make conscious choices rather than just grabbing things based on the front label.
Don't let these sort of marketing games continue unchallenged. We don't have to accept misleading information.
Empower yourself. Take control of your plate.
Don't forget to subscribe and drop a comment for more healthy inspirations. Always keep returning for more healthy tips.
We love hearing from you.
And here's a little challenge, a final thought for you. Sometime today or tomorrow, pick up just one packaged food item from your kitchen. Maybe something you eat often. And just read that ingredient list properly with this fresh perspective. What do you find? Any surprises? Anything unexpected lurking in there?
You might be genuinely amazed or maybe even a little shocked by what you discover.